All right, well, that's a lot of fun. I streamed a whole video and then realized afterwards that my settings on my YouTube channel were on private. So none of you guys on YouTube actually saw that video. So let me try this again. The other video will still be on my Facebook and Twitter, but I wanted to give you guys just a quick heads up that the Sync 60 challenge is starting this Friday. And I wanted you guys, at least for the next couple of days, to really think about what you want to get accomplished for this 60-day challenge. So in case you're not aware, this is going to be an opportunity for you to set a realistic and achievable goal for your music licensing career. Many of you probably have something you know you've been needing to do, and it's been sitting on your to-do list for maybe months or even maybe a year or more. This could be creating a full album to submit to a library. Maybe you already have music, but you've just been shy, kind of really not ready, feeling like you're not ready to submit to a library. Whatever that issue might be, whatever your project you feel like you need to get done, you need to start taking action. And that's what this is all about. It's no longer about, we're not procrastinating. We're not going to get distracted. We're not going to find a million and one other things that we can do. We're going to actually set a goal for ourselves. We're going to basically map it out week by week, and then we're going to report in every single week on whether or not we accomplish those weekly goals. So it's going to be very structured, it's going to be very focused, and it's going to be all geared around taking action. That's what I was talking about in the video that none of you probably saw. Too many producers and musicians and just people in general who want to learn a new skill sometimes can get caught up in this thing where we don't want to do anything, we don't want to take action, but instead we want to then we want to learn more. We're like, well, we need to read another book, we need to go watch another video, we need to watch another tutorial. And what happens is that can kind of create this sort of paralysis where we're not actually taking any action. And it's a form of procrastination. It's a sort of feeling that, well, I'm not quite ready yet, I don't have all the answers yet, I don't know exactly what I need to do to get my goal accomplished, so I will have to go watch this, read this book, read this blog, you know, all that kind of stuff. I do believe the best way to learn in life is just to do something, okay? You can read all the books you want, you can watch all the tutorials you want, and I certainly I'm not anti-learning or anti-education, but there is sort of a point where you have to say, all right, I know enough to get started, to at least get something done, right? To at least compose 3 tracks, 5 tracks, maybe a full album, whatever it is you feel you can do in the 60 days. It is time to take that action and start doing it. It doesn't mean, and just so you know, it doesn't mean that you have to be perfect or a complete genius at this or be completely even competent. It's really just about taking the action and learning from the process of starting with a goal in mind, writing it down, achieving it, right? Week by week, holding yourself accountable, and then achieving it at the end of that period of time. For this case, it's going to be 60 days. And then having that confidence after this process to look back and say, wow, I set a goal for myself, I planned it out, I mapped it out, I actually got the thing done. This is cool. I can do this over and over again. And that's the whole point of the Sync 60 challenge, is I want this to be repeatable for you guys, okay? So that every 60 days, if you want to have a new challenge, or maybe you want to make it 30 days or even 1 week, whatever you feel works for your career and what you can get done, you basically can take this process you're going to get through the Sync 60 challenge to consistently take action. That's what I want you guys to do. I don't want you to get lost in student land where you're just always reading and watching tutorials and thinking you got to get that next, mixing trick, or it's not until I get that next plugin or that next program and then I'm going to be professional. I even had some Sync Academy members chiming in this week talking about how they're part of their thing with the 60-day challenge is they want to stop this compulsive buying new plugins, buying new samples, because they think that, like, well, if I just have the latest and greatest, then I'm going to be a professional producer and my music will be much better. And they're realizing, no, I have a lot of great stuff. I probably have really licensable sounds, loops, synths right now. I got to just learn how to get better at what I have and actually learn how to use that stuff. And usually 9 times out of 10, that's absolutely the case, because there are incredible plugins these days or incredible sounds, and you probably have most of what you need already. If you're watching this video, you probably have the equipment and the programs and the software and the plugins to create some really great sounding stuff. It's just a matter of you need to become the better producer, right? You need to learn this stuff. You need to be in your studio as consistently as possible, getting to know the sounds that you have, right? Making sure that you understand what this synth can do, what this plugin can do, how far you can push this compressor, how to make sure your mixes are getting louder and louder, right? You don't learn this stuff until you actually do it. I was mentioning in the previous video that if you want to learn how to snowboard, You could go read a book on it, right? You could watch a video from somebody telling you, this is how you snowboard. Here's how you put in your bindings on your boots, and here's how you keep your balance and all that kind of stuff. And you could certainly learn some basic safety guidelines and all that kind of stuff, and at least learn the vernacular of the sport. But it's not until you actually put yourself on a ski lift, get to the top of the hill, strap your boots in, and go down that mountain that you actually really start to understand and know what snowboarding really is, right? Because now you're engaging your muscles and you're learning about the balance of it, and you're feeling the wind pull at your face, right? And then there's other skiers around you, so you have to learn how to like not knock into them. I remember I used to snowboard for a long time, and that always annoyed me, because it was always like, oh gosh, I didn't have total control when I first started snowboarding, and there was all these skiers all over the place. So that's another skill that like I never learned in, even I took some lessons with it. So there's just some things you're not going to be able to be taught by anybody else, and nobody else, not even me. I can't teach you it, okay? You're going to have to learn it for yourself by doing it, by actually composing, getting into your studio, producing, practicing your producing skills, your mixing skills, your mastering skills, okay? So that's what this is all about. I really want you guys, everybody watching this, to take action and to no longer be in the procrastination mode of, well, I just need to take one more course, or I need to learn one more thing, or I don't know how to do this. I'm not really ready to set my own goal and achieve it. Nonsense BS, okay? Everybody watching this, wherever you are, even if you're in this place where, you've never produced a track before, you don't have a DAW program, that could be your 60-day goal. No more, well, which one should I get? I don't really know. Make a choice, make a decision, get the program, spend 60 days learning your DAW, your new one, right? And learn it like the back of your hand, so that you know the quick keyboard shortcuts to get to anything you need to super fast. And just get to know this stuff for yourself, okay? Not watching anybody else, showing you how to do it, but actually you with your hands, with your mouse, scrolling through and finding how to navigate your system. Because what works for one producer or me or other Sync Academy pros or other music licensing professionals might not work for you, okay? You might watch some of these tutorials and think, oh, that's cool, I'll try that. And you might find some of it works. But as you go through your process and your 60-day challenge, you might come up with your own shortcuts and your own ways of producing music that we don't cover. It's not something that we do, but you might have discovered it for yourself because you got on the mountain, right? You went down the hill. You are now learning about this for yourself, and you're getting that sort of wisdom in your muscles and in your bones, really. That's what you're going to be getting when you participate in the Sync 60 challenge. So I don't care what your goal is. There's no goal that's too small. There are some goals that are too big, okay? In 60 days, you're probably not going to have full-time income with music licensing, all right? So let's be realistic with this. Let's do something that we can actually accomplish in 60 days and not set ourselves up for failure. Because if you set yourself to this unachievable goal in 60 days, which is, first of all, something you can't commit to, and second of all, probably impossible, you're going to get to that 60-day goal, not achieve it, and feel like a failure. And that's not going to feel good. So that's why it's really important to make sure this stuff is really achievable. And the point at the end of the 60 days is to get that confidence, right? So when you look back at the end of this challenge, you're going to say, I set a goal for myself. I planned it out week by week. I held myself accountable every single week. And I did it. I got the thing done. Even if it's, you want to just improve your mixing or mastering skills. Maybe that's all you focus on for 60 days. You're just thinking about mixing and mastering, and that's it. You're going to be blown away at how much progress you make and how improved your mixes will sound when you focus and spend a good chunk of time just thinking about this one skill area. Okay, even though I know there's a lot of sub skills to that, but just thinking about mixing and mastering, not even producing, creating melodies, none of that stuff. Just on this one focused skill set, you're going to be blown away by how much better your mixes are going to sound. So you look back and you realize, I committed to something, I held myself accountable, and most importantly, I achieved it. I got to the goal. That is going to blow your confidence levels through the roof. You're going to be blown away by how much better and more professional and competent you're going to just feel as a producer, okay? That's what this is about. And then moving forward, repeat the process. So every single week on this channel, I'm going to be basically putting out new videos that are going to cover one particular topic that's crucial for staying motivated, staying on top of your goals, achieving your goals, right, and not getting distracted. So we're going to break this 8-week challenge essentially into these 8 different sections. Each one is just as valuable as the next and just as important. I'm going to be presenting all of them, but in some of them, I'm actually going to be bringing some Sync Academy pros on board with me so that you can also get their perspective on what works for them. So you're going to get all different types of perspectives with this kind of stuff. So the idea is, though, every week, if you're in Sync Academy or not, I'm giving you a big kick in the butt, basically. Like, all right, the week is over. Did you accomplish last week's goal? If so, awesome. Congrats to you. If not, don't give up, okay? That's another thing I want to make sure you guys understand, that if you start this challenge and after week 1 or week 2, you kind of fell behind, you're not exactly on track, it doesn't mean you should go, oh, poor me, I didn't do it, I'll just give up and be done with the whole challenge. No, you now know, okay, I've broken up my challenge into these 8 weeks, I've fallen behind on week 1, I've got some catch up to do for the next week, but I can catch up and you can absolutely get back on track. So that's what this is really about, okay? It's not about, bumming yourself out basically because you missed 1 week's goal. I hope you guys meet every single week's goal, because you'll even feel more energized as the weeks go on, because you'll realize, wow, I got first week's done, second week, third week. And then the prospect of actually doing this full time and consistently creating this kind of a schedule becomes much more realistic, because guess what? You're not watching somebody on video doing this. You're doing it. You're doing it in your home. You're doing it in your studio. You're actually achieving the things that you said you were going to achieve every single week. And surprise, surprise, huge secret, that's all success is. It's a bunch of small goals that you set for yourself and consistently accomplish them. That's it. So it's not rocket science. It doesn't require some special superhuman strength. I think the only thing you're going to learn, or the only thing you're going to realize that you have to really specialize in, is focus. You've got to focus on one particular thing and achieve that one particular thing week by week, month by month, and eventually year by year. You're going to just one day realize, holy crap, I have thousands of tracks out there, and I'm partnered with these great libraries, and I'm getting the placements, and the opportunities are coming. And you'll see the snowballing effect happen, and that bigger goal, the bigger vision you have for full-time income, it all comes from a very small little place, which is what do I need to do today? What do I need to accomplish today? Can I get that done today? Can I focus and create a schedule and have the skill set in order to accomplish the things I need to do today, and then expand that into the week, into the month, right? These are small little steps that you take. But and I've said this from day one of this YouTube channel, you stack up these tiny little goals as time goes on, and you wind up with a mountain of success. That's really how it works, okay? And you won't even realize it. You'll wake up one day, I guarantee you this, you'll feel good, you'll feel like, okay, I'm making progress, things are working, but you'll actually not even realize like what you've actually created until one day you wake up and kind of it'll dawn on you that you've actually created a full-time career and an income out of this stuff, right? But obviously it didn't happen overnight, so you just created this sort of habit of success. Like every day you woke up and you did great work, and it'll dawn on you, holy crap, like I have an empire now. Like I've actually created and built this incredible career. How did that happen? It'll actually seem kind of like magic to you, but it's not magic. It just takes work, and it takes patience, and it takes dedication, and most importantly, accountability. So that's what this Sync 60 challenge is really all about. So I want you guys to AEO, you could try a weekly podcast during this challenge. Yes, that's definitely what I'm doing, but it's not going to be in a podcast format. It's going to be just in a video format here on YouTube, because that's where most of you guys are. That's where most of my followers are. So this is the best way to get a hold of you guys. So yeah, I'm not going to be putting a podcast together for it, but definitely for a video. So you guys can make sure you do subscribe, hit that bell so that you guys get the first notification if you guys haven't clicked that bell yet. It's going to be a really important thing to do. So whatever your goal is, I want you for this next week, because it's starting on Friday, think about it. Put some real deep thought into that. What do you want to accomplish? What's something realistic and achievable that you can do? And really start to prepare mentally for what you're going to do for the next 60 days. That's what it's really all about. So, all right. So that's my second video. The first one was a failure, but I'm glad you guys got to see this one. And again, thank you so much for watching. Again, subscribe. Make sure you do stay subscribed so you can get this content when it goes live, and get ready, because this Friday we're getting started. So I hope you guys are ready to work.